Does anyone from the public wish to address the commission? Does anyone from the public wish to address the commission? Does anyone from the public wish to address the commission? Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of minutes from the January 14th meeting. We don't. We have a motion to approve the minutes. We need a second. Second by Steve, Mr. Chuck. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Vote. Okay. We have one abstention. I mean, one. Was it an abstention or? Abstention. Abstention. We want abstention. Mr. Marsili was like. For the record, Doug. Yeah, Doug is here.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Doug. Hi, Doug.
Mr. Emily is here.
Communications, we've gone over the budget. Bill, you just want to go to the things we talked about as far as they're coming close to being used up, et cetera?
There's a couple items that we've been watching, especially like the maintenance at the plant. They're down to about 6%. And then just a couple of like the municipality and like UI, water, stuff like that, which is watching. Otherwise, everybody, it seems to be on target.
We got 42% left, basically, of our
Like
budget.
16% left on, should be like a little bit less than half.
Okay. Thank you. See, so. Okay, moving on to number 5, unfinished business, 48 Long Hill Crossroad, sewer relocation. Bill?
Good evening, Manny Silva from Rostizo and Company, representing the applicant at 35 Brentwood Avenue, Fairfield, Connecticut. Yep, as was presented last time, we sent this this sewer relocation, which bisects an existing property that's an open field right now. And we would like to relocate it so we can develop the property to the south along Bridgeport Avenue with some commercial development. So what we did was, you can see here where the existing line runs, and then we're relocating it further up north. We had some comments from your mirror engineer. One of them was to have the pipe no deeper than 15 feet. So what we're doing is, right now the slope of the site is a steep up from the Cinto warehouse here and down to Bridgeport Avenue. And what we're going to do is we're going to bench it down so that the pipe cover on the new pipe will have no more than 15 feet of cover. That's the maximum we'll have. In fact,
15, not 50?
15. Okay. 15. Yeah. And the engineer also requested that we not use PVC pipe and that we use reinforced concrete. And that's, we changed that also. And then, so, I mean, I don't want to really belabor it, but what really essentially is just a sewer relocation from your Sawmill Road pump station. It's the gravity line that comes from it. So the pump station pumps it up to the top of the hill at Hawks Ridge. And then it's a gravity line that comes down and bisects this property to your other pump station that's in front of the Crown Point project. And then that sends it over the hill on Bridgeport Avenue and down to downtown.
That's going to be right adjacent to the edge of your property, right? That pump station?
Yeah, the pump station is actually out here in front of the Japanese restaurant. It's that little garage looking building that's yellow that's out there. So I think we've appeased all the comments. We've complied with all the comments and review from your engineer. And essentially, it's just a sewer relocation on private property. And we'll have a 30-foot easement in perpetuity for the maintenance of the line. And then the engineer also wanted a gravel kind of access way on top of the line so that you can access those manholes and things of that nature in the future. And that's also presented on the plan. Questions?
Anybody have any questions or comments for this project?
So, you are going to relocate an elevation of 8 feet cover?
So right now the pipe is essentially around the same, varies in depth. The current one, it was, what they did is they cut the rock and whatever through the old Wells farm. And then they built the line, essentially, I think around 10 to 15 feet also. And what we're doing is just relocating it further up away from Bridgeport Avenue so that it gives us, an area to develop the property. Because right now it just basically cuts through it diagonally, right? So it's hard to develop a property when you have that sewer cutting across diagonally. So what we're doing is we're kind of flattening that diagonal. And actually we were able to keep about the same pitch on the pipe that there is existing. So there's really no change to pitch. If anything, we're just increasing the size of it because to kind of future-proof it. When we had this application before the commission years ago, I want to say about 5 years ago, one of the requests from the Tom Sims, which was the administrator at the time, was to up the 21-inch pipe to 24. So that's essentially what we're proposing today.
So you talked here about a right of way, and then you just talked about an easement.
It's an easement in favor of the city of Shelton. It's a 30-foot easement in favor of city of Shelton for the maintenance and the pipe itself underground. Yes,
Put that on a map
yes, that's already on the map.
here.
Yes. There's a 30-foot easement line, yes. So then, once the project is completed, what we'll do is we'll file an easement map, a record easement map with the town clerk. Once this is approved and then we're building the project, we'll file a map with that easement on a survey with a deed, and that will be in the town land records, the town clerk's office.
This pipe, pardon me, because I'm not familiar with the configuration of the pipe. Is the gravity part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this goes to a pump station.
Correct.
Where's the force main go?
The force main from the pump station, the one after this one, that goes up in front of the marketplace, Big Y, and it discharges to a gravity line at the top of the hill there prior to the dealerships.
And why would you refer to the manholes to be as large as possible?
Not the manholes, no.
The manhole shall be as large as possible.
Oh, right. So that's not me. That's your reviewing engineer. So the reason why he wants that is so that in the future, you can access them with a person. So the largest possible is a 60-inch manhole.
From Rostizo, I'm reading from your.
That's our response to your.
So as large as possible, and so you are offering a 6-foot manhole.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what that was. Unusual.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
And 36-inch opening would be.
3 feet. Yep,
Thank you.
no problem.
What is the,
I get it.
what is the notion here of the 0.01 foot drop in the manhole?
So when a pipe comes into the manhole and then it comes out the other side, how I did the profile was basically it's a continuous pipe with a trough in it. So it's basically continuous, and then you have our inverts are called out from the center of that trough, right? So what he wanted to clarify is that the inlet and the outlet, the two inverts on either pipe, are going to have an offset of that difference, which is essentially what we're showing. We're just calling it out on the plan in a different way.
Because there's no challenge here for pitch, right? For the overall pipe?
So the overall pitch is what it is. Yeah, that's what we can get. That's the maximum. Yeah. Which is 0.63%. That's relatively within, that's about the same pitch as the old pipe was. I think the old pipe was a little bit flatter. So we're actually increasing the pitch somewhat, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When it hits the crest of the hill behind Ganji, is that gonna be lower than it is right now? And how does the pipe that they just installed for, the housing thing that he did, does that,
He didn't install anything.
oh, he went the other way?
Mhm.
Okay. That's not, so that pipe will be relocated further down the hill?
So the pipe will be relocated further up the hill.
No, I mean, at the point behind Ganji, is that gonna be a
No,
lower?
that won't be touched. That won't be changed.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
staying the same.
We're connecting back in prior to that, the line coming into that.
Brook.
Okay.
So do you have any comments or discussion here on this? Here?
Doug there?
I'm here. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear my name mentioned there. I think Manny summarized it well in terms of like really our comments when we did the review was geared at making sure the manhole could be accessed and maintained moving forward. The original plan submittal, like Manny said, showed, the manhole the service line originally at a depth of 31 feet. So that is what really drove the comment to minimizing the depth of cover or depth of cover over the pipe to 15. And then the call outs for the size of the manhole, making those larger, we're just geared at, again, making maintenance a little bit easier for you in the future and in the event that you need to get a vac truck out there or CCTV the lines. And additionally, same goes for the right of way, just making sure you guys have an easement to access the line and you have a paved way to travel the course of the proposed sewer route.
Anybody have anything else, discussion? This is not gonna be voted on, correct?
You could vote on it, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. It's this stuff's gotta go before you can do anything.
I understand that, but I don't think it has to be voted on. That's what I'm questioning.
I couldn't tell you if you have to, you're just giving the okay. I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know how that works, you know what I mean?
well, if the board, everybody on the board agrees, I would like to have a motion so we could pass this thing, just let it go through rather than hold it up and say somebody down the road is gonna say, oh, you didn't get it, you didn't vote on it. If everybody's in favor of it, then I think we should get them over. If somebody's against it, then we can table it and deal with it tonight. So I'll entertain a motion to approve this, as demonstrated for us today with the presentation. Anybody want to make a motion?
Voted on before.
No. That's why I want to either, I don't really know. Okay, whether,
I think
if it needs a motion, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's an administrative action, but I think what the chairman wants is a vote from the board to instruct the administrator to allow this project to go forward. So it doesn't need an approval, but he would like one as an authorization to the administrator.
That's,
Would the administrator issue the permit,
Yes.
or he needs validation? Plan. Yeah. Final approval. Easy plan submitted, there'll be an as-built plan submitted,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
Correct. So prior to Bill signing off on any construction, he's gonna need a easement filed on the land records.
Right.
And then after it's completed, he's gonna want an as-built for the CO or the
And does he sign off on the CO?
so.
Do you sign off on the CO?
And that, just that he's been,
No, on the
On the project.
elevation of the pipe, on the integrity of the pipe. Who does the inspection of this?
you'd have to both do it. I'd have to go out and look at it. Engineers can go too. It's up to them.
Well, I would recommend, this is quite a substantial pipe. And
Absolutely.
it's I would recommend that the engineers do at least some review of the installation during the course of installation.
Absolutely. Plus the tie-in. So there's gonna be,
So
we're gonna have the pump
I-
stations, everything.
I would make a motion that, that we approve this, and authorize you to permit, to proceed, issue the permit. And hire engineers to ensure that everything that is on this plan is adhered to, that's all. Fair enough?
Mhm.
Fair enough. We, just before we, look for a second for Mr. Marsilio's motion, there's been a lot of, discussion and, looking at this with, the office, not me, but, Bill and Peter and Mr. Body's group, because, initially it was gonna be so deep, and we said we're not gonna be able to access any of the manholes, and it's really not the way to do it, and that has all been changed up until today, for today. And I think they've done we've done a lot of research on it and done a lot of discourse with them about it. So I think in answering your questions, if you get those questions are clear, I think it's a go. So it wasn't just done at the top of my head at this meeting. This has been a long time coming. And I think it's excellent that Mr. Marsilio brought up those points, so that those are clear, because that wasn't clear to me either. So if we have a second for this motion, I would appreciate that.
Second it.
Mr. Pace. Seconds the motion. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Excellent. Thank you very much. Voting so ordered, so they can go forth with this. Voting so ordered. Perfect. Next one is 6A. I don't know, are they here? For 10 Long Hill? Is that you? Oh my God, you're just busy guy.
Like I said, my record, I think, is like 6 in one night, so. Manny Silva again, representing the applicant, 35 Brentwood Avenue, Fairfield, Connecticut, registered civil engineer in the state of Connecticut. The project here is at 10 Long Hill Avenue, which is the second to last property on Long Hill Avenue before it connects to Center Street. And it's historically was a kind of a multi-use building, retail building. Then it became like a contractor's yard, like landscaping. And there was a lab there for a long time. And that was demolished. And now our proposal is to have a small apartment building. As you can see here, it's a apartment building over parking. The amount of units is 17 apartment units, which comes out to about 3,570 gallons per day, which is equivalent to about 17 EDUs. And that comes out to, for your benefit charge, for $44,200. The connection is an existing, there is a existing line here in Long Hill Avenue. An existing lateral, or not existing, a proposed lateral from, yeah.
Just a second. The people online, somebody has their mic open and we're getting a background noise here. Another conversation. gets a little confusing. Could you please mute your mic until you're ready to speak? Thank you.
Sorry, man. I couldn't understand you.
Yeah, no problem. So there is an existing line that's a 15-inch tile line in Long Hill Avenue. And our proposal is to add a 6-inch lateral right here from the apartment building into your existing 15-inch tile line, with an approved saddle connection. Again, what we're looking for is the benefit charge approval and the connection for the 17 units or 17 EDUs. And I guess the benefit charge based on the calculation at the city is 44,200. Questions? Again, this project is a PDD that's been approved by zoning. And we're just here to get the connection to the sewer line.
Is this gonna go to our consultant?
Yes.
So all we can do tonight, all I'm gonna do tonight then is, make a motion, we accept it to review for the, accept, not approve, no, we're accepting.
Noted.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Have a great night. Thank you again.
All right, can I get a motion to accept the plan submitted by Mandy tonight for 10 Long Hill Avenue? We don't. We have, yes, there was no, do we have a second for that motion? Thank you, Mr. Marsilio. Second by Mr. Marsilio. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor, signify by saying aye for accepting it. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
6B, intra-departmental transfer cleaning supplies. Bill submitted that to us. This is just for transfer from one line item to another.
Yeah, we just don't know which account it's coming out of yet.
Okay.
We don't know if we need, there's $127 over. So. I don't know if we need more. We haven't gotten that answer from Garrett yet.
That's the one we have here.
So we'll just transfer out of one of the other accounts that we don't use.
This is
Or
just,
have any leftovers.
this is just for our knowledge. This has nothing to be voted on.
Exactly.
Just want to make sure, because I don't go through the budget that much. And when I go through it, I'm looking at the percentages, and that's one of the things that came up, and we talked about that this week. Just to make everybody aware, more than we did before, at least more than I did before, of how much money we have left between now and June. 6C, Fuss O'Neill invoices. We've provided those with you for approval. There's 4 different ones. We can,
One thing, Bill.
I'm sorry. Sure.
On the planning bill, is there any work product ready to be reviewed for this yet?
The facility planning?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I haven't gotten anything back from the guy that's gonna start. He's supposed to give me some numbers as of yesterday. I haven't gotten an email for flow analysis.
Okay, so tell me what stage you're in the whole analysis. You're doing a flow analysis
Yes. It's
For-
just starting though,
for the plant,
for the,
electric system?
for I basically, not the plant.
Okay, so this is for facilities planning and flow allocation update.
Yeah.
So
That bill is not, that bill is just for facilities planning when they're doing the upgrades for that DEP stuff that we approved.
That is, yeah, the invoice that John is referring to is for the comprehensive wastewater facility plan that we are putting together on the city's behalf, largely focused on the treatment plant. Right now, we are, from where we stand, we're in the midst of basically really getting towards the tail end of the existing conditions evaluation. So some recent work that has been done relative to the facility plan effort is we have been kind of coordinating with Garrett at the treatment plant to collect data, DMR data, and then put it into a master spreadsheet so we can begin with the modeling effort to identify any deficiencies within the treatment process. We are also, we're scheduled to have folks on site tomorrow to commence with doing an energy assessment at the facility. And then we are scheduled to also do another site visit just to document existing conditions, not this week, but the following week. Work product, we have work product developed. We really want to, we have a report, like the first third, I would say, of the report developed right now. We want to get past this task 2, which is the existing conditions, and then have a meeting in front of the WPCA, give a presentation on our findings with the existing conditions and some of the deficiencies that can then lead us into the next phase, which is really the needs alternatives analysis and developing the recommended plan.
All I'll say about this bill is that this percent of a completion billing to me is not the best way to issue a contract. And I would recommend that we not engage in that again, because there's no backup for this. It's their estimation of what they've completed. We're being asked just to approve this on the basis of what they think they've done. And it's hard for a board like us to justify the costs. Now, in all honesty, in the course of approving any of these bills, when you see hours and rates and reimbursables and everything, no one ever questions that. You just say, okay, all right, that sounds reasonable. But when a board or a commission or any panel approves a bill like this, I'm assuming the contract is a percent completion contract, which was a mistake to begin with, but those are my comments on this. I would recommend to approve the rates, but I just think it's not a good way to do business. And it's not a good way to protect the sport. Right.
Okay, any other discussion on it? I like to do these individually, just in case there's a problem. I need a motion to approve number 0268186 for $1,087.50.
Now, Bill, you've gone over all this stuff, right?
What?
You've taken a look at these.
Oh, yeah.
bills, Because you would be the guy that would be most attuned to.
Exactly.
The other one is just the facilities planning. I mean,
Okay,
that's just
I just
percentage
want to
of how
make
we
sure
did it.
that, somebody's
Right.
looked
Oh,
at this
these?
stuff
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
has an idea of what has been done.
The ones from December that they had November, when they had the facility guy out there, that was, I never received them. He sent them somewhere else and I never got them. So that's why they're so late.
Okay, need a motion for the first one? Mr. Marsilio, second?
Thank you.
Guido, I can't pronounce your last name, I'm sorry. Picarazzi. Second by Mr. Picarazzi. Any discussion we just had? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Negative? We get it? Oh, he says yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, the second invoice for 0267458 for $6,630.16. Need a motion for that?
So before we,
Go ahead, John. I'm sorry. I'm
I'll
sorry.
make a motion, we approve, and I'll bring up the discussion.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Marsilio. A second,
Second.
Steve.
Can I ask
Chuck,
what this is for?
Which one?
the six-
Operation support.
That's for helping out for when they had to let the Operation 4 guy coming down, looked at the plan and organized some stuff.
The operator for?
Yeah, but that we were gonna use for them. We haven't used them yet.
Okay.
Came down and looked through the plan, walked through all that.
And now it's $6,000.
Guys,
Just
it's
to
Eugene here.
further-
I have a quick question. Do we, I'm assuming we have like a master service agreement with predetermined rates and all these hourly rates check out with whatever those are? We
Yes.
cross-reference them? Okay,
That's through their contract.
got it. Okay. Thank you.
That complete your discussion? Buck? Okay.
Just
We
to
have a-
further expand on that, we are working with Fran as well to, some of the hours you see on that invoice are working with Fran to gain access to Connecticut DEP's NetDMR website so we can upload the DMR data treatment plant reports, to the website.
Okay, thanks, Doug.
Yep.
All in favor of this second invoice for $6,630.16? Aye. Opposed? Voting so ordered, thank you. Number three, 0268301 for $1,920. Your motion,
So what is Crown
All right,
Point?
so
I'm sorry, he's got a question
that's,
first.
I know what he's gonna ask.
Okay,
So that, when the engineers come up with a number to review these guys' plans, that's part of that plan. So you see how it says $48, 48,000, 4,800? That's a percentage that he finished right now. I already have a check that this does not come out of the board or nothing. I'm
No, no,
just showing
wanna
you
know
that.
what project it is.
This is for what you just discussed.
Along the
For
crossroads?
relocation, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that was my only question.
Yeah, so he'll bill me the rest when he's finishing with the rest of the stuff, but I already have a check for this.
The city
Yeah.
paid. the city
No,
paid
no.
on top of-
No,
Crown Point paid.
Crown Point
Crown
paid.
Point.
We're just transferring. I just wanted to show you that number.
So this is a pass through, I get it, okay. But, what are, some of these numbers I just don't understand, what is, outstanding invoices today, $20,600?
That's their total, all their, keep rolling them up,
Okay,
keep adding them.
so that's all of these invoices,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And the ones we've already paid,
Huh?
plus what we've already.
Yes.
Okay, I make a motion to approve.
This is just added up because I didn't have those other two bills. I don't know where they were. I never seen them.
Okay, Mr. Marcelli made a motion to approve the $1,920 invoice. Need a second?
I second it.
Mr. Pace, thank you. Any discussion, probably? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Voting so ordered, thank you. Invoice number 0268138 for $15,784. Any discussion on that bill before they make the motion?
No, for that facilities planning stuff.
Okay,
They're gonna do a cost of service study?
Correct.
Yeah, they're going tomorrow. I guess they got engineers. Go ahead, Doug.
go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, so tomorrow we have JK Muir, who is a sub-consultant that does energy efficiency studies. They're going to be working at the treatment plant tomorrow to do an energy assessment. It's one of the boxes that we need to check as part of the DEP facility plan. But to answer John's question, yes, we will be doing a rate study as well. For that, we'll be using a sub-consultant to assist with that. Raftellus is the name of the subcontractor that we're proposing to use for that project, that will do a rate study based on some of the recommended projects that come out of the facilities plan.
The Raftellus fee is, included in the cost of service study estimate?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear him.
The Raftellus fee is included in the cost of service?
Correct. Yep, that's their fee. That task and that fee is for Raftellis's scope of work.
we have a motion to pass that invoice. Mr. Marsilio, a second. Guido. Discussion, any more discussion? Great, voting so ordered, those in favor, aye. Those against? Voting so ordered, thank you. You have anything on the financial statement, Bill?
No, we're gonna start putting that budget together.
Okay, that's, we talked about this week.
So,
Bill, have we gotten any grants for any of these studies?
I haven't got anything yet, nothing,
Applied for any?
nope.
The facilities plan, we are seeking Connecticut DEP funding for that. So we are going through, we have developed, there, you can see there's some percentage complete build to the last task, which is for WPCA support services. And we have developed a Clean Water Fund application that was submitted to the state last week. So that now is in their court, but the facility planning effort, we are seeking 55% grant for that project. It would be 55% grant, 45% loan through DEP's planning for the facilities plan project.
Could you repeat that, Doug?
The larger facility planning project that John was questioning earlier on, we are going through the state of Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection through their Clean Water Fund to seek funding for that project specifically. They have a planning set aside that is able to get 55% grant for that project. So early on when we were negotiating the scope with the city for the facility planning project, we did provide a copy of our proposal to DEP in order to get their prior approval for them to fund this project using their planning grants. So we have, as part of over the course of the past couple months, we have been working with Bill as well as other folks in at the city to procure some of the background information that's necessary for the development of that application. We have completed that application, and like I said, it was submitted to the state last week.
Thanks, Doug.
So the Clean Water Act money is 2% loan.
2% loan, 20 years for the loan portion, which would be 45%, and then it would be 55% grant for the remaining portion.
What's that?
I will, if the WPCA would find it helpful, I can provide progress reports to accompany these invoices moving forward so you can understand exactly what's being billed up against it and kind of provide you a breakdown of kind of the task by task as well as, identify what the funding source is, if you will, for each one of these projects, if that would be helpful.
Right now, the only funding source is town. So is this money expended ahead of time reimbursable?
It is reimbursable because we have that pre-approval letter from DEP.
So any backup you can provide will be helpful, make me a lot more comfortable.
Absolutely. And I
You
can
have-
share, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you expect to exhaust the entire budget of this?
For the facilities planning effort?
Yes.
Yes, I envision, needing that to complete the effort. Yes.
Okay.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, John. Second, Lucky, thank you. Guido, thank you. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go on, so with it.